Friends, it's Jivtesh from Encode Digital. Yesterday I did the showcase video in which I shown you the Ninos Bank app and the PumpScout app I created with Ionic Vue with the CodeIgniter as a backend. I mentioned that because in yesterday you saw I did added the Google AdMob ads, the banner ads, as well as interstitial apps. So I mentioned I will show you how to do it because when I was doing, I looked into a lot of tutorials and all those sort of things, and I was able to find on the Ionic Angular, but not on Ionic Vue. And also when I looked into the official documentation, there it was a little bit complex. Actually, adding AdMob is not that complex. So let's look into the things we're going to look. It will be very easy one, and then you can integrate in your apps and monetize it. So the things which we will cover today is these are the steps. So we need to first thing is you guys need to have the Google AdMob account. It's free. If you haven't got already, create that one. We will look into how you can register your new app and then how we can get the ad unit IDs. We'll look into how we're going to integrate with our Ionic Vue app. We will be installing this package, which is a Capacitor community AdMob. And then I will quickly show you from the code base what exactly you guys need to do. So let's look into that. So let's look into first of all creating the AdMob account. So if you go into, so I have these apps. If I go into the apps, as I mentioned, so these Ninos Bank PumpScout app. So for like you can see, so even if your app is not registered yet, means because it is a new app, you haven't published yet, still you can create an app. So what you need to do is go into apps. If it's first time you will not have any of these apps or any apps at all, then you add app and then you can specify platform. If you're going to publish to both Android as well as iOS, you need to create separate entity for this one, because when you create an app, it gives you app ID. It needs to be separate. So first let's select Android, and then it is asking, is it app already on the App Store? For your case, it might not be. So just say no, and you can continue. And then you can give the app name. So go with the app name with which you're actually going to publish it. Yeah, it should nearly be there. It can be exactly the same, perfect, but don't worry if it is not, because later on, once you verify it, it will ask you to give the complete package ID, as well as it will ask you to the ads.txt to be uploaded to the site where your Google Android account or the Apple Store account is there. But I have already, so I don't need to create an app. So like as you can see, this particular one, I'm not running ads on the Ninos Bank for iOS yet. That's why it's saying it requires the review. So I haven't linked it yet for this one. But yeah, so basically, once you get that one, then you will get your app ID. Make a note of, you can copy this one again, and then you can go back. So you can go to that particular app, and then you can go into the ad units. So ad units is which of the ads you want to publish, means you want to show banner ad, interstitial ad. So like this one I have created. So you can click on the ad unit, then you can choose. So I have used the banner ad and the interstitial app as you seen yesterday. Let me quickly fire up my so this is my phone. So on the PumpScout app which I shown you yesterday, so you can see the banner ad is coming here, and when I will search anything, it will show the interstitial app, as well as you might have seen from my video yesterday. If not, check out the video of the showcase of the apps. You will be able to see that one. I don't want to rerun the ad. So select whichever you want to do. If you want to do both, like I'm doing in the PumpScout, so select the banner and select the interstitial. Once you do that one, it will give you ad unit ID. So make note of that one as well. You can copy it later on. So those will be created. So name it. So for example, so that I can know which one is interstitial, which one is banner. For this one, I haven't created banner yet, so I can create. So, but yeah, you got an idea. So I can. So once you have got those things, so now it means we have done the first step. You have the Google AdMob account, you created the app ID, then you created banner and interstitial add units, and you got the add unit ID. Yeah, you with me? Now let's go to our code base. Now what we need to do is we need to install this package for Ionic Vue, which is the community capacitor community AdMob. So you can do the, like they said, npm install. So you can do the capacitor. I didn't need to do AdMob at 6. I just did npm install. And if I go to my code base, so let me show you. If I go to the package.json, so you will see the capacitor add community AdMob. You can look into this version I'm using, and then you don't need to, it will be the latest one because I did this in a couple of weeks back only. So once you have npm installed, then the next things you will need to do is, first of all, we need to change the code in the main.ts. So what it is just to initialize the AdMob. So this is more required for actually iOS, because I added this code later on. Let me quickly show you. So if I go to source and I go to main.ts, so what you need to do is you need to import AdMob from capacitor community AdMob. Okay, so import this one, and then I initialized here. So I didn't need to do this one when I was doing for Android, but for iOS I have to do. So it's good I done at the main TS. So maybe basically your ad is initialized. And one thing to remember, it says initialize for testing. When you're testing, you need to mark it as true. Basically you're testing, because what it happens, as you can see right now, I'm showing from my live ad. This is the live ad it is showing. When you're developing, you don't want to show the live ad. Otherwise, if you show a lot of ads, Google going to seize your account. Okay, make sure this is true. Initialize for testing means you are testing, so make sure that is true. Okay, initialize for that one. That is the one change you need to do. Okay, in the main.ts, do that one. Import AdMob and then just initialize it. Okay, let's look into the next step. So you've done that one. Now next thing is where you want to show the ad. Okay, so let's look into the banner ad first of all. Now the banner ad, as you can see, it is showing over here, and once I have initialized this one, unless I hide it, it will show in all the pages of the Ionic, which I want. For my application, my use case was that, okay, banner ad can stay at the bottom all the time. So I don't need to take it down once I have shown it. So what I am doing is in my home page. So in source views, I have my home page, and within the home page, I created this show banner ad function. Okay, so need exactly the same, and all I am doing is on mounted of the home page, because we are using Vue. So when this page loads on mounted, I'm showing show banner ad. So what you need to do is, as you can see, add unit ID. So this is the Android ID, add unit ID. So like I said, we will be creating an app. So when I shown you earlier in the Google AdMob, so when I have my apps, so as you can see, I have for Android as well as iOS, and for each of those ones, then I have created a banner ad unit like this one. This is interstitial for Ninos Bank. So for those ones, I have created the banner ad as well as the interstitial. So this one we're talking about banner ad right now. So we got two. One is for Android, one is for iOS. So what I'm saying is, I created a variable. I am adding that add unit ID, not the app ID. I'm keep on calling it again and again. You guys need to be very careful. There are two. One is the application level ID. One is the ad level ID. So this is the banner ad ID or ad unit ID. Okay. So I'm checking. Okay. By default, I'm giving the Android one. Then I'm checking if this platform is iOS, iPhone, iPad. Then I am giving the ad unit ID as the iOS one. Then the next part is the common. So you just need to give the ad ID, which is one of this. Depends on the platform. Then I'm saying is testing false because this is live. Again, for when you're developing it, when you're testing it, make sure is testing is true. Please make sure that one. Okay. Then the other thing is I'm saying NPA as true, which is I think non-personal advertising. So which is basically, if you look into the official documentation of the that package community, Capacitor community AdMob, you will see it make a lot of complex. You will see request tracking and all those sort of things. The reason is that because if you publish your app in the European Union, if you want to show the personalized ads, then you need to get the consent from your user. I don't want to, it's just too much complex. Showing that one, I just want a simple. I don't need to track users personal and then show personal ads to them. I just want the generic ad. For me it was fine. So that is the reason when I was doing it, is not that much clear from this documentation, but it is way simpler. Like I showing you, all you need to do is you say non-personal ad is this one is you're not showing the personal ad, so that is true. Banner at top is false because I'm showing at the bottom, and my size is smart banner, which is the other options are full banner or the banner. Okay, so copy this code, write this code as you can see from the screen. That's all you need from the banner, and then on the mounted just show and your ad will start appearing. Make sure is testing is true. When you go live, make sure your is testing is false here as well as when you initialize it. All right, so that covers our banner ad. Now let's look into the interstitial ad. Very similar. All I am doing is, let's see, what I have done is I have created, because I am calling the interstitial app from my two pages. One, it is a home page itself, but within home page, if I show you my app, I have this drawer. So this drawer, you can see here. So this drawer, so I'm showing from when someone clicks the button, I'm showing that one as well. So what I've done is I moved the code to common. I created one utility folder, common.js, and within that one, I created this export constant function as async. So I am passing the AdMob instance and is platform. Again, I have this one as an interstitial add unit ID for Android, interstitial add unit ID for iOS. Same thing, same concept, very simple. This is no personalized ads. We are not doing, that's why it's true. Is testing, you need to make sure it is true when you're developing and testing. Add unit ID is speaking from here, and that's all. Then I am doing this. Okay, so basically I'm calling this function. If I show you from home page, so my home page, that was show banner ad. And for my interstitial ad, what I'm doing is basically I'm fetching the record. So in the PumpScout, when I am searching by postcode or my location, it fetches the data from my CodeIgniter API. Once it is successful, once all the prices are loaded, then it shows the ad. But I'm not showing always. I don't want to show always each and every time a user is searching, because you need to make sure that it is user friendly as well. Okay, so what I have done is I created another function, is it time to show ad. Basically what it is doing is, again, that is in the common.js. You can again you can have any strategy, to have when to show your ad. What I'm doing is basically I'm checking whether, basically I'm showing after every 5 minutes. So up to 5 minutes it will show only once. If the 5 minutes have passed, then I'm showing. This is basically I have saved this one in my store, which is Pinia store I am using. So if I go to the store, so this is my store, and this is where I am basically saving the date time, and then I'm comparing with the current date time on that one. So it just gave me return true or false, and based on that, if it is a time to show ad, if it hasn't shown in last 5 minutes, then I'm just showing, and I'm passing AdMob and is platform. AdMob is here, and these functions of course from the common I am installing, means I'm importing. So this is importing for AdMob from that. Yeah, is platform is imported from the Ionic Vue. Okay, so these are the two things you need to import, and then I'm calling that one from this function. As you can see, I'm passing those ones because this platform is required to check whether it's Android or iOS, and AdMob is required to show the interstitial. That's all in the code changes from the Ionic point of view. Now we need to make a change in Android and iOS specific. Remember, we created that app ID. That's where it's gonna be used. So go back to your code. Now, if I go to the Android, Of course, in the Ionic, you know that how to create Android. It's npx cap add Android and npx cap add iOS, and that's how you created these folders. After that, you sync it, and once you have synced it, and then basically you go to your app, source, main, and go to the Android manifest. So this is the Android manifest. The things which you need to add is you need to add this metadata. So you need to add exactly the same. Here I am fetching the value from string AdMob app ID. This is I have created. So if I go to the strings, which is in resources, then the values and the strings, this one. So as you can see, I created this value. So your app ID will go here. Okay, so you need to go into the strings, go to the creator, you can name it anything, whatever you want. I said AdMob app ID, and then you have to paste your app ID here. Without this app ID, you can't even test or develop. This app ID is must. So that's why in the steps I mentioned, you have to create the you need to register that app, create an app to get the app ID. It doesn't matter whether it is totally new app, you are not on the store, that doesn't matter, but you need to have app ID, otherwise you get an error. You will not be able to develop or show even the test ad. Okay, so this is must. So do this one, and of course you need to test your app on your device itself. It's not going to work on your browser. Okay, that's another thing. So once you have added this, you update this in metadata in your Android manifest, and add this user permission as well if it is not already there. Okay, then add this one, add ID. These three changes you need to do: two in your Android manifest, and of course the value of app ID in the string. Okay, now the similar change for iOS as well. So go to your iOS, then app, and then go to your info plist. So what you need to do is you need to add this part. Okay, so as you can see from this their communities documentation, so they have given this. Okay, so you can use, again, this one is for the tracking. I'm not using the tracking, but I am headed slightly different one, these ones, and you can give any information about this. For me it was okay, I just put it there, the key things. So make sure you add into your info.plist file. Again, this is your app ID for the iOS. When you register the app as iOS, that app ID you will get, it will be here. That's all, guys. So once you have done, take a snapshot of this one so you remember what you need to do. And once you have done all these things, you will be able to serve the ads in the Ionic Vue application. Any problem, message me in the comments. Hopefully I will be able to help you guys. But yeah, keep building the apps and monetize from that one. All right, see you guys in the next video. Cheers, bye.